I'm Matt Parker. I got 4 kids, and I'm a dad.
Hey, my name is Calvin Gust, and my wife Beth and I, we live on the island during winter. We have 3 children, 2 boys and a girl, and they're all kind of west of Manitoba, so that's why we have moved to the island. We have 4 grandchildren, 2 boys and 2 girls, and they're all under the age of 6.
Hello, my name is Sean. I'm a dad. I've got 3 kids, one who just turned 13, so she's pretty much an adult. So, and then we have a 2-year-old named Asher and a 7-month-old named Amelia.
Hey, this is Matt Fontes from the Souk CG. My wife and I have pretty little kids. I have a 3.5-year-old daughter and a newborn boy.
All right, so my name is Jamie Burrows. I've been going to West Village ever since the beginning in Chris's living room, Chris and Kelly's living room. I've got 3 children. Chloe is our oldest. She's 19. Drayden is 17, and Lucan is 12. And of course, there's my lovely wife Michelle.
Hey, I'm David Williams. I have 2 kids. Rhea, and who's 2.5, and Ruben, who's 8 months old, and my wife's Brianna.
So first question, what does it look like for you to lovingly lead your family as Jesus is lovingly leading his church?
So a lot of it is just painful lessons over time is allowing the Spirit to lead. In our family, it's because especially as my children have gotten older, they're of course becoming, bigger personalities. And when they're young, it's easier to lead them because of course you're bigger and stronger and smarter and all those sort of things. But that's not how, God is bigger and stronger and can lead us, but his and so it's showing them grace and showing mercy, and of course I always fail. I fail a lot of times in doing that, but that's certainly how I try to lead my household, and being able to show grace and mercy toward them as they sort of grow older.
I think the most important thing for me there is I've learned to have a lot of grace for my children. I screw up a lot. Therefore, I need to expect them to, be kids and screw up a lot. And in doing that, I guess I've just kind of learned to appreciate who they are rather than kind of who I want them to be, I think. And by showing them that daily, so lots of hugs, lots of encouragement, that kind of thing. And I think that's been the kind of the game changer for me as a dad. And I hope it helps my kids to feel loved and awesome every day, I think.
For me, I try and take some personal time in the morning for my own spiritual development, Bible reading, devotions, praying. So that helps me help them as well. We try and make being a part of a church a priority. So just, trying to make it to the gathering and making it to CG and just showing the kids that, what a community looks like.
And the second question is, how are you learning to disciple your kids?
The operative word there is learning. I am learning to disciple my kids. I try to start each morning out at the kitchen table when my daughter wakes me up about 5:30, 6 in the morning with my Bible and some prayer time. So I pray that when she sees her daddy going to the Word and going to Jesus first, that it's having some impression on her. And each night she makes me pray a prayer of protection over her. And so I get a chance to tell her that Jesus is always protecting her, and because of what he's done, we get to be with him forever one day in his forever home he has for us.
Well, I think the key at this stage in life is because the kids are adults. They're in their 30s and almost 40. They, they tell us, you're not a leader now. You're a co-participant or an equal. And so the main thing that we do is pray hard. I don't know if you can read that on my shirt here, 1 Thessalonians 5:17. So we have to pray hard for our children to make the right decisions and for our grandkids.
Yeah, this is an ongoing journey. My kids are all young, but getting older and learning how to think and all those sorts of things. So for me, in the stage of life we're at right now, it's really important, I find, to my kids, just make sure they understand the story, the big story of God, that their creation, fall, restoration, redemption, and to know that they have a place in that story and to know the big themes of it. So like detailed theology, not something I'm trying to teach them right now, but understanding that there was perfection and who Adam and Eve were and how the snake came in and broke that, and snakes are bad and we got to kill them. All those sorts of things are important, so that they know when mom and dad get upset, or when they get upset, or their brother and sister upsets them, that's actually a cause to sin. And they can go, so why is there sin? Well, someone choose to do what was against God's will, what wasn't good, right, and perfect. So discipleship in this season has looked like constantly going back to that story, reminding our kids that it shapes everything in their day.
Last question, what do you love most about being a dad?
I love coming home from work and just, that running into your arms, kind of like, Daddy. Actually, my daughter is in the habit of calling me David, but so it's like, David, and she'll run and jump into my arms. And I love just taking them out on little outings, just driving and seeing them in the back seat, kind of looking in my rearview mirror and having them smile back at me, that kind of thing. So
I would say it's enjoying as their personality grows, and just seeing sort of every stage. And I know you're kind of closer to the beginning of things, and there's a little bit of personality there, and then just enjoying each stage, but enjoying each stage and seeing how they grow, and then seeing, like I said, their faith blossom, and them making those decisions on their own, and seeing a lot of that come to fruition too. I've had the privilege of baptizing my older two kids, which was awesome. And ironically, my daughter, I got to baptize her on Father's Day, which is pretty cool. And so it's just seeing them sort of grow, become their own personality, and seeing them growing in Christ and taking those huge steps, right? Even my daughter, she, made the decision when she went away to school was to go all the way to Edmonton. Not do the easy thing, but do what she felt God was calling her to do. Just seeing that part of her personality come out is very rewarding as a mom.
My daughter being 3.5, it's probably mostly the cuddles and dancing with her, things like that. Just when she tells me she feels like a princess and she wants to be with me, that's pretty special. I guess a more spiritual answer would be something like getting to see God's grace, His incredible grace that He has for us, His patience that He has for us as His kids, His kindness that He has towards us. I've seen that a lot since watching my kids grow.
What do I love most about being a dad? I think each of the kids are unique, and just kind of getting to know them on their level and understanding who they are and what makes them tick, and finding those moments that where you really can connect with them just over something they really enjoy. So whether it's art, or my son right now loves tools and wants to fix things, so just kind of letting him run around with my wrenches or whatever, and just kind of letting them be who they are and kind of trying to understand that and help them where they're at.
The grandchildren, hands down.
Most about being a dad is beating my kids in every sporting game we play. It's definitely the best part. It's great fun. Some of the sweetest moments, though, are typically one-on-one before bed when we sit down and The kids are just kind of processing their day, and we get to take that and put that in light of what the gospel says or what God's story says, and say, yeah, that sucked at school, that someone was mean, or you had a hard time, or you don't like math, but here's actually something that is better than that. So those times have been sweet, with the boys being the oldest ones. Sometimes those moments are few and far between, but they are awesome. And then wrestling's great too.